Good day everyone and welcome to Exile News, the weekly show that brings you all the important news and informations on Path of Exile. And first up, or very late last week, we actually got something about the community designed microtransaction, and it's a Cyclone, we already know that. And GGG is working on some options for what type of microtransaction it's gonna be, and it asked the people to actually post down here what they wanted along the lines of the themes, which means like Celestial Cat Soundrand, Summon Raging Bees, whatever. Obviously Sharknado is one of the best options that people requested, but we'll see later how that goes. First up, we got some Twitch highlights for the Ultimatum launch. And well, if you missed any of the cosplay, because every streamer nowadays is doing cosplays on the launch, you can definitely check it out here, and some Lux things and some one-shots, and I mean the usual things you'll expect from Twitch highlights. Also, we got the patch notes preview for the 3.14.1 patch, and this patch already hit, so it's pretty much live. And the biggest things is the fact that Standing in Stone Circle Ultimatum encounters now have larger circles. I cannot say for myself, as since the patch I have not met one of these encounter ultimatum, which are definitely rarer than the others, and thankfully so, because it's one of the most boring ones. Like, just surviving, or rather just killing the monsters, is the funniest, honestly. But anyway, that's a thing, and the monsters in the same encounter now have had their experience and drops improved, which is good as well, because it makes that encounter a little bit better. Also, the Razor Dance Ultimatum has been re-added to the game. To be honest, it was never added. I think it was never into the game to begin with. But anyway, it basically creates a blade that just spins out in a straight line, and if it hits you, it adds Corrupting Blood stacks. To be fair, I haven't really felt any danger from this mod, but on a less tankier character, or on a character that does not have Corrupted Blood immunity, can definitely be lethal if you're unlucky, especially, or if you're on a map and there's a lot of added damage, maybe the one-shots you, I'm not sure. But anyway, also there's been some improvement to the Trailmaster encounters, and fixed some bugs which failed to make the monsters disappear after completing the Ultimatum encounter, I guess leading player to death when they're just looking for their loot on the ground. There's also a lot of bug fixes and description fixes, and a couple crash fixes as well, so that's all good. And also we got some concept arts for the Path of Exile 2, following of course the gameplay that was shown at the launch of Ultimatum. And well, these are some amazing artworks. There's actually a lot of artwork. You can see how small the bar on the site is, and well, some are actually pretty gruesome. Like, there's a couple below that show these guys in much more detail, and well, it's not just that easy to look at. But anyway, some of these artwork are just amazing, and if you like artworks, definitely recommend this post. Of course, I'll put a link in the description below. Check it out, scroll down, all of the artwork are pretty amazing, and some are just outstanding. Also, GGG is hiring Japanese translators. I mean, they obviously have to have all of the things needed to translate, and it's the first time that they are not obliged to live in New Zealand or Australia, so you can actually be somewhere else. Even though it helps to live there, you can actually work from afar, which I guess it's an improvement for GGG, because they can find people that works for them and that work really well outside of the usual bounds that they have, so that should be pretty good. Also means that GGG is bringing the game to Japan, I guess, maybe with a localized server. I don't know how the thing is right now for them, but yeah, definitely an improvement on that side as well. And finally we get to the theme of the Cyclone effect that we were talking about before, and you can tell, I mean, if you haven't voted, you can tell there isn't much of a match here, because the Cat Tornado, whatever that means, is winning by far. And with a difference like this, you can tell that it's basically a Cat Tornado, and then it's up to GGG to decide how to make it, and they're gonna make it well, because this transaction is gonna sell so hard you can't even imagine, because it's Cyclone, which is one of the most used skills, and it's a cat skills or a cat microtransaction, so it's one of the most bought microtransactions anyway. And yeah, it's gonna be amazing. The other interesting one was the rainbow, of course, following right behind, not so right behind, but I mean, it's following. And you can tell that the grinding gears, which is actually similar to the sow microtransaction, I guess, locust insect and bats, which are the most loyal microtransactions to the Path of Exile theme, are some of the lowest in here, except the beast, which no one likes anyway. So yeah, you can tell the game is translating from its original art style to something more like crazy and random and whatever just the people like GGG is gonna make. And yes, I'm talking about the clown things that I made before. And GGG also found an engine performance bug where basically local shaders compilation were stalling other tasks such as texture streaming, which meant the first time you were to use a shader that was not present in your local cache, the loading of the shader caused other things like the textures to stall, meaning that you will see the low quality standing texture for a longer period than intended. Yeah, I can see in the game that textures appear a bit faster now, even though I feel like when I see new monsters or new things, the game kind of lags out, so I'm not sure this was a good thing, but probably it's just tied to something else, maybe my internet, maybe another problem. As GGG says, it doesn't resolve all graphical performance issues that they are investigating, but it should help. So if you notice any improvement, it is probably this. If you don't notice any improvement, well, maybe that was not the problem. But yeah, I guess that was all for this week, and if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and a comment down below. Also, if you want to remain updated every week, be sure to subscribe to my channel. That was all. I've been your host Orzo, and I'll see you guys the next time.